Should foreigners be required to speak the language of their new adopted home country? I'm Short Trini. Let's talk about it. Hey people, welcome to another edition of Let's Talk About It. I'm your host, Short Trini. To all my new talkers and my regular talkers, welcome. I'm just going to get right to it. Recently, some comments were made by sports talk show host Stephen A. Smith against Los Angeles pitcher, Japanese pitcher Ohtani, Shohei Ohtani, who is from Japan. And basically what Stephen A. said was, despite his talent, because he's very unique for a baseball player and very unique for a pitcher, because he can swing the bat as well as he can throw the ball, kind of like in the vein of Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was unique in that fact as well. Babe Ruth, probably one of the greatest players in the world, had the ability to swing the bat with a lot of power, get a lot of hits, as well as strike a lot of people out. And it seems like this pitcher has the same ability. What bothered Stephen is the fact that he needs an interpreter. And he says that he's doing the sport a disservice by having an interpreter by his side because he can't speak a word of English. And people raked him through the coals. Even people at some of his colleagues at ESPN, saying that his comments were racially intended, and that he should know better, and what about people of color? It's just a whole mess for Stephen. I look at it this way. Stephen is going to be Stephen. For anybody who knows, who is familiar with Stephen, Stephen says stuff that is really outlandish at times, and he puts his foot in his mouth, and he has to come back and apologize later. This time, though, it's a little bit different. In the culture that we live in, you just don't do those kind of things. And I think his superiors at ESPN should be held accountable as well, because they knew what he was going to say. I know that they knew what he was going to say. But aside from that, it got me to thinking, should people who come to the United States from other countries, Japan, India, Latin America, should they be required to speak the English language when they get here? My view is this. To a certain point, yes. Asking for directions, yes. Certain conversations, yes. If you want to interact with someone, yes. You should have a bit of the English language, laid down. Having said that, if you are more comfortable in your speaking your native tongue, I totally get it. I totally understand it. That is your choice. And you should not be ridiculed for speaking in your own language. You should not be ridiculed for speaking in your own language. I have plenty friends who are from other countries, and they really haven't really mastered the English language as yet. As a matter of fact, the superintendent in my building, he is from the Dominican Republic. And while he's gotten better at the English language, I've known him Wow, I've known him for 20 years. While he's gotten better at the English language, he still has a little difficulty with it, and he feels more comfortable speaking in his native language, Spanish. What do you guys feel about that? Do you feel that the English language should be a requirement for foreigners once they hit American soil? Let me know. What do you think about Stephen A's comments? You can find it on YouTube. Quite frankly, I think, again, his comments were inappropriate. I think it does a lot of disservice to future baseball wannabes from other countries, little boys and girls from other countries, that because you speak English, because you speak another language and need an interpreter, that you won't be as accepted because of that into the sport. And quite frankly, I think it does a lot of damage to the sport on a whole. It does a lot of damage to this country on a whole. Why? Because this country was made from the hands of not only black people, but a lot of foreigners took their time to help build this country into what it is. So Stephen A's comments were not only insulting, they were inappropriate, and they were wrong. That is just my opinion. Anyhow, leave me a comment on the bottom. Tell me what you feel. I'm open to any discussion, and I have a feeling it's going to be a good one. And as usual, if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel, all right? Until the next time, I'm Short Trini. Let's talk about it. Peace.